What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 7 of Road to the Kenyan Premier League, an ongoing documentary covering Kahawa Pride Football Club as we climb to the top of the Kenyan football pyramid. My name is Hayes Knupp, the founder of JerseyBird, the company that purchased 50% of the club in February of this year. And for the past 9 months, I've been working with our team on the ground to revamp the entire organization and become a dominant force in Kenyan football. Season 2 has absolutely blown up, amassing millions of views, and along the way, thousands of questions from the rapidly growing Kahawa Pride fan base. So I wanted to do a Q&A video covering some of the most asked questions surrounding the club, from the financials to the clubhouse to how I even bought a Kenyan football club in the first place, and everything in between. But before we start, a quick recap on where the club stands from a scheduling standpoint. Our preseason officially ended on Sunday, October 26th, with our preseason cup victory over Saints FC, and our first match of the regular season is scheduled for Sunday, November 23rd, where we will begin our 6th Division Nairobi East Branch County League campaign. Any matches between October 26th and November 23rd are just friendlies. We will stay active to stay in top form in preparation for the regular season. Unfortunately, the highly anticipated Sakaja Super Cup has been canceled, so now we are looking forward to November 23rd as our next competitive match. So that is where we stand on the football side of things. Now let's get into the questions. Question number 1, I have a vision for the same thing, club ownership. What advice would you give me? I get this one a lot, and I'm not trying to gatekeep Kenyan football ownership, but it's not really the type of thing that you can just get into by yourself. If you want to see the full origin story on how I actually got involved, you can watch the origin story episode a couple videos back. But essentially, the connection started through JerseyBird. So Matthias, the current co-owner, bought kits through JerseyBird. That's how I initially connected with the club. And then over about a 1.5 year timeline, he introduced me to the community. I got more and more involved over that time span, and then eventually I stepped up and became an owner. So it happened over a 2-year period. It's not really something you can just go in and buy a club. You have to be tied in with a community in Kenya already or have some type of football connection. How can we support the project? So there are 4 main ways to support the project. The first one is simply by watching our videos. So you're already doing that. YouTube is our #1 revenue source. Number 2 is the Kahawa Pride 10 for 10 deal at JerseyBird. If you come to JerseyBird and work on kits and apparel for your club, and you tell us that you came from Road to the KPL, you will get 10% off your order and another 10% donated directly to the club and a mention in the following video. The third way is buying our shirt. It's available in the JerseyBird store. And the fourth way is joining our Discord. So we launched a Discord. It's a couple bucks per month to be in it, and it will be the headquarters for our community as this project moves along. Number 3, when do you expect to see Kahawa Pride compete in the Kenyan Premier League? So right now we just got relegated to the 6th division. So at minimum, it would take 5 years to reach the Premier League, but there are rumors of one of the divisions, Division 2, which is the 4th tier, being deleted completely after this season. So potentially we could be there as soon as 4 years. That's if we earn promotions every single season. I would expect to be there in 5 years max. We really have to get promoted every season. That is the goal, to win games and get promoted every single year. Can we get a small share of Kahawa Pride FC? Not financially in the sense of owning shares, but you can join the Discord. We will have voting on club decisions in the Discord, so you can have an impact on the club there. That is the closest you can get to actually owning a piece of the club. The trial happened, but most of the young talent was in school. How would you address that? So he's referencing the open trials we had a couple months ago. We had 325 people come out. It was a Friday morning, so a lot of kids were in school, but to the younger kids, we have 6 youth teams separated into these age groups, plus our men and women senior team. That's the organization as a whole. If you Google Kahawa Pride Football Club and Academy, you will see us come up in all our pages. And here is another graphic with full contact information if you're interested. We run everything out of Mahiga Primary School, so that's the place to be if you want to join the academy. Number 7, can you watch the team somewhere? Yes, we will be live streaming all of our home matches on either YouTube or Twitch. We haven't decided yet, but we will be live streaming the home matches. The away matches, we might be live streaming through our VO camera. That is to be determined, but I can guarantee all home matches will be live streamed. We will let you know where exactly when the regular season starts, close to the 23rd. How much did the club cost you? So my 50% stake stake in the club cost 1,000 USD, which we immediately spent on a motorbike for our captain Manora, which we showed in a video earlier this year. But that was the original investment that gave me 50% in the club. When are the jerseys going to be back in stock? So pretty soon. They've been selling out really quick. I'm trying to keep up. It is expensive to buy inventory, and our YouTube check hasn't hit yet, so finances are still a bit tight, but we will have a restock soon, I promise. We are also working on setting up a local shop in Nairobi, so for the Kenyan fans, stay tuned on that. There should be opportunities to buy the shirt throughout the season locally in your city. Why did you decide to buy the club, and how do you manage it day by day? So again, I didn't really wake up one day and say, I want to buy the club. It was a process over a 2-year span where I got so involved. I was making content for the club. I was working with the club on a weekly basis. Eventually I said, I do want to become an owner. Let me take this to the next level and see what we can do, and use the JerseyBird platform to share the stories with the entire world. And so far that's what we've been able to do. I get a ton of help from our team on the ground, but yeah, that's really how it happened. How do I manage it day by day? Yeah, we have an amazing team. Like I said, we have Susan and Abdallah on the ground helping with daily content. We have Eunice and Susan, the Clubhouse mistress, helping run things, run the Clubhouse. Zach, team manager, Otto, technical director. All these people are working every single day to make sure the club is running smoothly. All I really do is produce the content. So I'm working to share the stories, write the scripts, things like that. I am just a small piece of a much bigger operation, really just the voice of the project. Paul asked, are you planning to buy any European or Asian clubs in the future? Definitely not. One club is enough work for me. It's already like 15 or 20 hours a week on top of running JerseyBird. So I already have my work cut out for me. No more clubs. One is enough, even though it is a lot of fun to do. Are the players getting paid? And if so, what is the range? So our players do not have a set salary. Instead, every single win or an away match draw is 650 shillings or approximately 5 USD as a win bonus. So with 4 matches per week, it depends on how the games go, but potential earnings of up to $20 per month. Keep in mind, this is 6th division football. Salaries are really unheard of. It's not a thing at this level. So really they see it as a bonus, not something that they are entitled to. What does the meal plan look like? So the meal plan consists of a lot of Kenyan foods, ndengu, omena, chapati. We got 2 eggs every single morning for all the players, and chicken 3 times per week, along with beef 1 time per week. I recently revamped the whole meal plan. It was a bit rough in the beginning. Now that the project is getting off the ground, we're developing it, optimizing it, and it's still a work in progress, but this is what it looks like right now. You can pause if you want to see all the details, but yeah, that's the meal plan. Ron Nelson asked, are you planning to get the older boys access into FIFA coaching certification programs to further their careers after retiring? Yes, actually, this week, as I'm filming the video, we are hosting a CAF certified coaching program in collaboration with the Kenyan Football Federation. JerseyBird sponsored 15 of our players and coaches to get certified, and other members of our community all pitched in to help certify those who were interested. Preparing our players for careers after football is obviously a top priority for us, and not only are we doing the coaching program, but we are working on a variety of different paths to learn a trade, get certified in some skill, whatever it takes to be employable in the future after football. We're gonna make it happen, and you'll see that in future videos. Joel asked, why haven't you changed your kits? You guys had the same ones from last season. That is correct. We've now been through 2 match kits since JerseyBird became the club manufacturer. We had the white kits in 2023, and we had the red kits in 2024, and in the next 4 weeks, we will be releasing the 2026 kit. So stay tuned for that. It is the best kit yet. In my opinion, the best kit in all of Africa. We'll leave that up to debate, so stay tuned for that big announcement coming within 4 weeks on the next kits. Do you live in Kenya while the season is going on? No, I do not live in Kenya. I live in Nashville, Tennessee, where I'm recording this right now, but I will be visiting Kenya 1 to 2 times per year just to check in with the club, see all the progress we're making, and do what I can to help out when I'm there on the ground. James asked, what have you found most difficult throughout this journey? Obvious answer would be finances. I mean, we were putting a lot of money in when nobody knew who we were. Back in 2024, earlier this year, we were investing not as heavily as we were now, but we were still putting a significant amount of money in, especially for a company of our size, just kind of hoping that we could blow it up in the future. Especially during trials, we were blowing through money, and we hadn't even posted a single episode from season 2. We had no idea what would happen. So now we've had success with the content. I feel a lot better for the longevity of the project. I think we have a long runway ahead, and we're pretty much self-sustainable now. I just hope we can maintain the momentum. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, finances are always going to be number one. That pretty much goes for any club. What about saving finances to invest in the pitch and training equipment? Yeah, of course, one day we'd love to get grass. Yeah, our head coach, Kim, actually made a model of our dream stadium. Here's a couple clips of that. It was pretty awesome. I saw it when I was in Kenya. So it's definitely 100% part of our vision. We want to upgrade the facilities. It's just a money thing. It takes a lot of money. You got to buy land. We don't even own our pitch right now. It's run through the school, Mahika Primary. So we're pretty limited. That's at least a couple years down the road, but definitely in the roadmap. Sleepy said, how can I put parlays on this? So I did address this already, but there will be no gambling on our club. Books are closed, no gambling, just not something we want to associate with. Even though we're live streaming, we could take wagers, things like that. We're not going to get into that. So sorry, no parlays. Do the players work or are they professionals? So most of the players do not work, but some of them do have jobs. Stephen Kiari works on his family's milk farm. Victor Ashinga is working with the Kenya Footballers Welfare Association. James Masharia is working as a caretaker, and Michael Omandi is selling shoes and clothes. So some players do work, but good employment opportunities are pretty scarce. So whether or not they are professional is kind of up for debate. In the 5th and 6th tier, technically they're not professional, but the setup we have with the clubhouse, the food, all this going on, you could see them as professional footballers. Like I do see them as pros. How do you finance this project? So we have a few main revenue sources. Social media is the biggest one. So YouTube payouts, TikTok payouts account for most of our revenue. Shirt sales are a big one. Discord is a small one, but it's recurring revenue and it is growing. So those are the 4 ones that support us right now. The KPFC 10 for 10 deal, bringing in clubs into the JerseyBird system, that should start to contribute pretty heavily to our revenue. So yeah, there's a variety of ways. Once we start broadcasting, we can sell ad slots. There's a lot of ways we can bring in money, but right now, those are the 4 main ones: social media, shirt sales, Discord, and JerseyBird sales. Where can we follow the league table and results? So we are building the infrastructure on SofaScore right now, so we can follow all the club results, all the scores, player stats, things like that. It will all be on SofaScore. Do players live in the clubhouse? Yes, all 23 of our players live full-time in the clubhouse. That was one thing we were very, very set on at the beginning during trials. If you want to play for us, you have to live in the clubhouse. It's just the type of structure we want to run, and it keeps all the players off the street. Some of them may have housing instability, and that just solves the problem 100%. Anthony asked, will you having this team impact on maybe signing Kenya's national team for World Cup 2030? That's a good question. Potentially, yes, it could. I know the national team does not have a major kit deal at the moment. It is something on our radar. Obviously, I would love to work with them, and yeah, we'll see when that time comes, if we can make it happen. What inspired you to invest in a football club, especially a 5th tier Kenyan club? So again, I wasn't necessarily inspired to invest in Kenya. I kind of just got involved with this club through Matthias and through my role as JerseyBird's owner. So this opportunity was just presented to me. I love the story. I love the challenge. And that is why, I am where I am today. I just really wanted to give this a shot. And, so far, so good. What is the income for the club? So if you want to see the full breakdown, we post financial reports every single month. But last month we had a big month. I think we earned about $8,000 in revenue, which was huge. This month, it could be the same. We're off to a great start. But yeah, right now the income is anywhere from maybe 5K to 10K. It's only been a couple months, so it's kind of hard to say, but yeah, that's what I would estimate, 5K to 10K every month. How are players going to get the opportunity to play abroad? So the main way is we will be promoting our players heavily through the content, giving them exposure that they need to get seen by international clubs. But we also already have several players who we have sent abroad to play. From the Lionesses side, we have Amani Ernst already playing in Australia. Angelo Wachira is playing at Milligan University in the United States. And we sent Dennis Oku, one of our older stars, to the Nepal Premier League back in 2012. So it's happened before, and it remains a priority, getting our players international opportunities in leagues in Europe, the US, around the entire world. Josh said, favorite player to watch, not the best player, but like the most fun player to watch. I would have to go with Govid. He's an aggressor. He's a hothead. So, he's always fun to watch. He's not afraid of a tough challenge. He's great on defense, great defensive midfielder. So yeah, Benson Govid, definitely one to watch this season. Aisha asked, how many league games will we play this year? 24 regular season matches should be on the schedule. Do you accept new sponsors? Yes, we will be accepting sponsors soon. We have hundreds of requests. We cannot keep up with all the requests coming in. So when we are taking new sponsors, we will put out a video saying we're open to new sponsorships, whether it's the broadcasting or next shirt sponsors, things like that. We will announce when we're taking new sponsors. Is the club difficult to run? I would say yes, it is pretty difficult to run a club. Like I said, I'm a small piece of the bigger operation. So if you're running a club, you have to have a bunch of different pieces all moving together and working together. Credit to Matthias for setting up a lot of the staff that are running the clubhouse, managing the team, the day-to-day stuff on the ground in Nairobi. I have little to nothing to do with. From an overhead perspective, it is pretty hard to run the club and it's hard to produce the content. Remember, I do have a job. Unfortunately, outside of running this club, I have to run JerseyBird. That is my job. But yeah, I do what I can. I make as many videos as I can, and it is difficult, but it's definitely a rewarding position to be in. And the last question, Jaden asked, what happened to the original players before you bought it? Do they still get to play? So 15 of our old players left the organization. Most, if not all of them, signed with and are currently playing with new clubs. We helped facilitate some of these transfers, and these players weren't bad. It actually was not a lack of talent last season that resulted in relegation. It was mostly the off-the-field issues. So the funding was low. We had off-the-field issues like housing instability, food issues, things like that, where, if you don't know where your next meal is coming from, you're not going to be able to show up to training, that's for sure. That resulted in a lot of players being missing, our starting lineup always being depleted. So that's kind of a backstory on last season. But yeah, all of our players, we still looked out for them. We made sure that they still get to play football. A lot of them actually went to higher leagues. So yeah, it all worked out in the end. So that's all I got for this episode. I hope I was able to answer some of the questions that you guys have. As always, thank you for the incredible amount of support. We have new episodes being released every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So drop a like, drop a sub, and thank you for watching Road to the Kenyan Premier League.